Welcome home, brave heroes. I'm Ash, this is Ash Quest, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different by sharing with you a game that I found at my not-so-local friendly game store. This is Mazescape, specifically the Labyrinthos edition. This game was designed by Pablo Céspedes and Victor Hugo Cisternas and published by Devir. I couldn't quite find a year in which this was made, but it is a solo game meant for one player. It could take anywhere from 5 to 90 minutes and is recommended for ages 8 and up. The cool thing about this game is that it has instructions for 5 different languages included right in the box, a QR code that shows you how to play, and QR codes for the solutions if you get stuck. The box is really nice. It's small, it doesn't take up much space, and it opens like so. There are those lovely magnets on the inside of the box, and so it just snaps shut. Inside the box, which is very nice in and of itself, we have a variety of mazes in the Labyrinthos theme. And here are our 5 sets of instructions. I'll be taking the English rules. We also get a wooden stylus. Now, we're not meant to actually make any marks on the mazes. We can use the stylus or our fingers to trace through and solve the mazes. But wait, these aren't just simple mazes. There is a game mechanic here that changes the navigation of a maze completely. So stay tuned. Mazescape is a puzzle that transports you to a mysterious world that is solitary and intricate and full of paths that are constantly changing. As you open and close the sections that make up the puzzle, you will discover different routes that may lead you to madness or take you to the impossible triangle, which will transport you back to the real world, or if you like, to another mazescape. In this box, you will find 7 different mazescapes. Each mazescape is independent from the others, but we recommend that you begin with number 1 and then move through them in order to ensure that you get the full experience. The main goal in all of the mazescapes is to start at the compass rose and make your way to the impossible triangle. Once you reach that goal, you can move on to the next mazescape. Additionally, each mazescape has its own secondary objectives, such as, for example, to find, activate, or collect objects. You can look at the back of each mazescape to see what secondary objectives it includes. All right, that's enough of the official rules. We're actually going to play through one of the mazescapes, and I'll show you how this is done. On the back, we have secondary objectives. The primary is to go from the compass rose to the impossible triangle. The second one will be to pass over 3 chests. We have one mechanical objective. We need to hit a switch that will activate a lighthouse. And by the way, this is going to unfold. Once we've unfolded it and placed our stylus on the compass rose, we cannot lift the stylus back off. However, we are allowed to fold and unfold any portion of the map upon which we are not present in order to change the layout. And you'll see what I mean very, very soon. So here is the very first page of the very first mazescape. We hold it like so, or just allow it to lay flat on the table. We have our wooden stylus. This is the impossible triangle, and this is the compass rose. And now, without taking my stylus off the paper, we're going to solve this maze. So you will, of course, travel along these paths. It doesn't look like there's any way to get to the impossible triangle from here, though. So we'll unfold this page. Doing this has given us a lot more paths to follow. In addition, we are now also able to unfold this into this much grander maze. Now at this point, it can be a bit challenging to hold everything down at the same time. But you see that since I've done that, if I travel to the left side of this maze, I'm no longer able to go anywhere. But that's okay, because now that I'm off of this page, I can unfold it as well. And I have to do that very carefully because there's a slight fold in the center. All right, now I could go back over this way, and just because I've traveled over one and unfolded the page and traveled back on doesn't mean I've limited my possibilities in any way with the left side, because the routes that connect to these pages now may lead to new places on the other side. But at any rate, I need to be able to stay down to find the chests and get to them. And I can now. I can get to that first chest. I can do so by traveling this way, this way, this way, through this underpass. And there is my first chest. All right, I'm going back, and I think I'd like to collect the second chest, which I can do. It's in the northwest quadrant, by traveling this time on the overpass. And then here, there is the switch that will power on the lighthouse. So we can complete that objective now. noticing that there's just a little bit of seek and find or where's Waldo types of elements to this gameplay, and we'll go up the steps to collect our second chest. We have one more chest to collect, and I'm quite insistent on doing that before I reach the impossible triangle. If I can reach the impossible triangle, let's fold this out and see what this map becomes now. Interesting. So I have stopped about here, uncovered the last chest. All I need to do is get to it, and I think that that's going to be super simple to do because we have a clear path, a straight shot right to it. Now I need to get back onto the left side of this map and determine which one of these roads I need to be on in order to get to the impossible triangle. I need to be on this top road, and actually that's going to be very easy to do because I have clear access to it right now. Back under the underpass, crossing over, and we've reached the impossible triangle, which has allowed us to escape Labyrinthos. And so that's the first maze down. That's a calming experience. This is something that can be played solitaire. There's no time limit. You can simply unfold your diabolical robe map styled mazes and play. And this, of course, came with how many? 7 of these mazes. Now the first few all have the same kind of style and appearance, but that changes. We get to visit this sort of cemetery, which has a lovely aesthetic. There's skulls on the map, there's crosses, dead trees, mausoleums, tombs, grasslands with bats. I was going to say crows. I don't think I see any crows on here. It's a shame. Show us the crows. It looks like on this maze, we even get another dimension to solving these mazes. We're able to come down off the stairs and into the grasslands. That's the aesthetic that 4 and 5 follow. 6 and 7 follow this wonderful volcano region. Make it to the end of the 7th Mazescape and you will complete the game. You could continue to play Mazescape after that too. You could start to time yourself and then try to beat your previous best times. I'm sure some of you out there will ask, but will it hero quest? And I would say yes. You could pass these Mazescapes around to different players and have them try to complete their own Mazescape in between quests. Those who complete their mazes successfully get to start out at the beginning of the next quest, but anybody who doesn't complete theirs will be considered to have lagged behind in their journey to get to the next dungeon. They'll start in another room, or they'll start only about 6 or 7 turns in, something like that. This is one that I'll probably try to play completely on the channel, just because I really like the let's play aspect of it. But while I have your attention, I wanted to really point out the fact that there is more than one Mazescape, and this is interesting enough to me that I think I'm going to try to collect them all. Ariadne is based on the Greek legend of the Minotaur. And once again, this wonderful box comes with 7 more mazes, instructions in 5 languages, and a wooden stylus. We will first solve mazes in this Greek architecture, complete with caves and trees. I love the style. But Quest 2 immediately sends us to what looks like the underworld, or perhaps it's just a very mountainous region. Quest or Mazescape 3 seems to diverge even further from the original styles by giving us access to ruins, and Mazescape 4 further takes us from reality. I love that each one of these individual mazes are very, very different in style. Unlike the ones in Labyrinthos, we don't get 2 or 3 that share a biome. Instead, we're sent all over the place. This one comes with a bit of a surprise. The center folds up and outward, independent of the sides, and the sides have their own folds up and down. So we have a lot more possibilities with the mazes in Ariadne. All right, I won't spoil the last maze. I'll actually end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of these, and I think I picked them up for $9.99 USD a piece. I think that they're worth it personally, just because the presentation of the materials and the quality of everything is great. And I actually really love the side quest aspect to it. The side objectives allow you to either complete the maze as is and come back to these later, or challenge yourself by trying to do everything on the first try. Again, calming, solitary, relaxing. If you've got this game, what did you think of it? Are you tempted to go check it out now? If so, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching the video, Brave Heroes. I hope you'll comment anything you like down below, and I hope to see you again in the next one. So until then, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye for now.